Hi, Stefan. Hello, good to see you.
Hi, Sasha. Good to see you.
Have we got you working from home? It does look like it.
Yeah, this is my living room. I changed it for the conference today out of my office into the living room.
You've gone more relaxed and informal for us for this moment. So many of us are having to work under those sort of challenging times, and actually, it is and has been and still continues to be a really challenging, interesting, difficult, I
Mm.
don't know, time for the industry. How would you characterize it?
Yeah, I think you're right. Our industry uh, again has proven to be the backbone of digital society, which got underpinned by this pandemic, which is affecting everybody, but which also has served as a booster for digital. So customers, enterprises, and societies, they explicitly appreciate our industry as extremely important and crucial, especially in these tough times.
Mm.
And that industry is in constant change. It's driven by hunger for speed and reliability, innovation driven by hyperscalers, softwareization of almost everything, and new technologies. But also, it is always in search for higher efficiencies to do things more efficient and cheaper.
Mm.
And that's why the collaboration within the forum has excelled so much because it helps all members to achieve that, to be faster and also more effective.
I mean, the world has and is going through a really challenging time. I mean, not only on the health side of things, which of course is paramount, but actually on keeping people able to live their lives, to do what they need to do to survive in these times. So that's put extra challenges on the industry. And I just wonder how you feel your industry has risen to that challenge and maybe some of the lessons that could be learned from that.
Honestly speaking, I think our industry has done really good in this time, and they stepped up more than I would have believed possible. And let's just take me two examples. Looking at maybe a more development world like in Europe, all the operators within literally days have shifted their call center operations from physical to work from home. Things unthinkable before the crisis. Or if you look in India, where there are 1.4 billion people basically suffering from the crisis, and the smartphone is the only way to stay connected and maybe earn some money, which is desperately needed for feeding the families. So I think the industry has stood up to that challenge big time. I think we can be proud that we are the backbone of society. And it also told us a couple of that things can be done quite differently and maybe more aggressively different than we thought before.
Okay, well, let's talk a little more about that because let's imagine that you and I were speaking in 12 months from now. I mean, I have to say, who knows what the next 12 months may actually throw at us. But what would you like to see either changed or accomplished? What would you like to be talking about this time next year?
Yeah, I'm having a dream, if I may say so, on this one. I think this industry is an industry which has a lot. I mean, basically, we are national operators. Yes, there are some groups, but mostly we are national operators driven by national regulation and competition. But we are working together with hyperscalers who are global platforms, uh, sometimes being closer to the customers than we are actually as an industry. So to some extent, that's a threat and an opportunity at the same time. And I like to see it as an opportunity for this industry. If this industry gets their act together, understands that kind of a federated platform, that everyone can contribute to the platform, if we adhere to certain standards, if we agree how we offer our services to the hyperscalers and the consumers. So if we can move a substantial step forward in that understanding, that collaboration can help us to compete better or partner better with the hyperscaler. That for me would be a big step forward in the next 12 months.
Well, we will have to wait and see what happens. I look forward to seeing how things might progress along those lines. Look, we're on day two now of the World Series. What stuck out for you from day one? What did you make notes about?
I mean, obviously, the keynote from Stéphane Richard, chairman and CEO of the Orange Group, and also chairman of the GSMA, very remarkable. He said everything today now is about IT in our industry. The network is moving into IT. The customer experience is very much driven by IT, and even growth opportunities going beyond connectivity with digital services and ecosystems is driven very much by IT. So he said TM Forum is for IT, data, and AI, what GSMA is for network. We need to see how GSMA and TM Forum can work closer together. So thanks to you, Stefan, for reaching out to us at the forum to partner to help the industry transform towards more digital and IT. I do warmly welcome that. And I will happily pick that up as a strategic theme, how we jointly can help the industry to become more open, more digital, more API driven by collaboration.
Absolutely. Well,
But there were other.
sorry, do go on, because I'm sure there were other things from day one as well you wanted to mention.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we had the other notion of, so this one stuck obviously out because it's really good to see GSMA and us to think about how we can partner together. But there were also other keynotes around culture and innovation and how to drive change, which is at the heart of our industry. So we had Andre from AT&T, Anthony from Amdocs, Claudia Nehmat from Deutsche Telekom explaining how important diversity is for driving innovation. And then Shankar, Kerry Gilder, and Chalu talking about that culture of innovation and how you can do this. Which brings me to another theme which I think we need to drive forward, which is diversity and inclusion. But maybe we talk about this when we talk about going forward.
well, maybe. But let's just talk about you for a moment, because you've had, what, 18 months in this particular role. I just wonder what you are maybe particularly proud of, or you feel has been accomplished, and what you'd also like to still get done.
Yes, Sasha, that's a great question. I think what was important for us is to get clarity about the purpose of the forum. The forum is a 30 years old organization which has great legacy in a positive sense and driving really important change to the industry and standardization. But times are changing quickly, and today's priorities are very different compared to the past priorities. So being clear about the purpose of the forum was the first thing we need to do. And that is helping members to get better. And we do this by addressing actually the employees of our members who believe in the benefit of collaboration. I don't know whether you know this, but we have about 100,000 professionals, technical people who day in, day out work on our collaboration platform from the members. They are the heart of what we're doing, and they produce the results and the progress across the globe. We also started at the top. I always wanted to have a board of activists. I was looking out for individuals rather than representatives of their member companies. And those individuals come with very unique skills. One is extremely good at agile, one is extremely good at technology, the third one is really good at diversity and inclusion. And that board of activists who feels a sense of purpose of driving change in the industry, I think that is something, to some extent I'm proud of, and that's worked really well.
Mm.
But then there are also more the hard stuff, if I may say so, the open digital architecture, open APIs. We have all the top 10 operators are meanwhile members. So many things have been achieved in the past we can really proud of, and gives us energy for pushing the agenda further.
Finally, Stefan, we've got the week stretching out in front of us. What are you most looking forward to? Incidentally, we're going to be speaking to Reliance Jio in a little bit, one of your former workplaces. So I'm sure you'll be watching that with a lot of interest, but also what else?
Yes, indeed. But before we come to Jio, I mean, we have Siegfried Brecker, the president and CEO of the Telenor Group. We have CTO perspectives from Lee Huidi, China Mobile, Rusana Sabanovic from Telenor as well, and Enrico Blanca from Telefonica. So I guess you'll learn a lot from their perspectives, which is a great intro into this festival of collaboration. And then a very special guest today, the mastermind behind a new beacon of our industry, Jio. and we have Mukesh Ambani, who is the mastermind behind Jio. And we have also Kiran Thomas and Anish Shah, who are the man behind who made it happen. And Jio has demonstrated one unique thing, which I think everyone looks upon them to learn. Jio demonstrated how to build a platform play in telco. And I guess you will learn from Mukesh not only how this has happened, but also that this is just the beginning.
Indeed, it is, as many people will be watching, it is to see where they go next. For the moment, though, really interesting chat. Thank you so much. Stefan Rowan, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you.